few months ago, we made the commitment to posting a new video every week. And since then, our channel has been steadily growing. So we thought it would be a good idea to properly introduce ourselves so you know who we are, what we're all about, and what our backgrounds look like.
I'm Denise, and I grew up in Oxford, Nova Scotia. If you're not familiar with it, it's a small town a little over an hour from here. It also happens to be the blueberry capital of Canada. And yes, I have raked quite a few blueberries in my lifetime. After graduating from high school, I moved to Moncton to attend college. After graduating college, I started working for Scotiabank and ended up staying in Moncton. I got married, I had 3 kids, and then I ended up working for the bank for 22 years. In 2021, I decided it was time for a change. So I did something that I wanted to do for a very long time and went back to university to complete a bachelor's degree. Even back in my banking days, I always followed the real estate market. Around 10 years ago, my position was eliminated, and I seriously considered becoming an agent at that time. But I was a little too nervous to leave my job security, so it didn't work out back then. But fast forward 10 years, and when I went back to school, the flexibility that real estate offers gave me the opportunity to jump in and start building a real estate business.
I'm Mark, and I grew up right here in Moncton. I had what I would say was a pretty ideal childhood, along with my 2 younger sisters. We didn't have a lot of money, but growing up, my mom's side of the family was, for one, very big with 13 kids, but also very close. And as Acadians, family get-togethers were just a regular thing for us, happening all the time, and music was usually the focal point around it. Well, music or food, usually both. Music's always been a big part of my life, both as a big fan and as the mediocre drummer that I am. So out of high school, after a very short stint in college, when I realized it really wasn't for me, I went out and just got what was supposed to be a in the meantime until I figure out what I want to do job. But 11 years later, I was still there working, managing a big sports equipment and apparel store. I did that for 11 years, and then I got what was my dream job at the time, working for Toys for Big Boys, a Harley-Davidson, Honda, and KTM motorcycle dealership. I remember when I got the call, I was so excited. In that time, I also became a father to 2 great kids, and I always admired those brave enough to work as realtors. I knew it wasn't easy and certainly not for everyone, but working for yourself, the flexible schedule, always doing something different and helping people in such a big way was always so attractive to me. So after 17 years working for a great local business, I decided to leave my secure full-time job and become a realtor. 5 years later, what I can tell you is it's not easy, not even a little bit. But it's also the best job I've ever had. The ups and downs are honestly crazy, but when you can successfully help someone buy or sell a home, it's hard to explain the feeling. When it's all done and your clients are so grateful and you can just tell the impact it will have on their lives, it's hard to explain until you experience it for yourself.
So that's a bit about us individually. As a couple, Mark and I have been together for almost 9 years. We blended our family of 5 kids in 2016 and made things official in September of 2019 during the worst hurricane of the season, Hurricane Dorian. Even with all the rain that day and losing power at our reception, it was one of the best days ever.
Agreed. When Denise joined the real estate market, we initially kept things pretty well separate. I mean, we would help each other out, of course, but for the most part, she did her thing and I did mine. It was really only in the last year or so we started combining our efforts. We have individual strengths and they're quite different. I'm the more technical one of the 2, so when it comes to things like business systems, video filming and editing, software stuff, I'm the one to handle that.
And I have great research and organizational skills, especially after being in university for the last 3 years. I think my organizational skills also help keep Mark on schedule as well. When we need to come up with ideas, whether it's for our next video, coming up with some marketing ideas or other ways to connect with people, that's also my area.
Yep. We'll always brainstorm together, but whatever decision we usually arrive to usually stems from your initial idea. Hey, but it works. You come up with the ideas, I implement, it works. So that's kind of the behind the scenes stuff. But for our clients, I think we both bring calmness. In fact, we've been told this several times, and I'll take that all day. When you're dealing with what can be a stressful time, having that person or that team to calmly walk you through each step, explaining everything and letting you know what's next can make all the difference in the world.
So what are the plans for our future? Well, for me, sticking with real estate is definitely a goal. Many new agents tend to quit early on because it can be such a tough industry, but I want to be in this for the long haul. I completed my bachelor's just last month. My graduation ceremony is in June, which I'm very excited about. But my next academic goal is to return to school to complete a master's in business administration. Things are already in the works for that, for a September start date. And also, as our kids are getting older, it's important to me to spend as much quality time with them as possible.
And I have all intentions to continue to grow the business. I want to keep making videos regularly. I want to keep educating people. I want to help more buyers and sellers achieve their goals. And I'd like to grow our team in the near future. So that's us in a nutshell. This week, we really just wanted to introduce ourselves so you can get to know us better and see what we're all about.
We're Denise and Marc. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.